Okay, this is a day in the life of a real estate agent. The pre New Year's, I guess, pre um Christmas edition. This is kind of just a discussion on sometimes how things work out in real estate. I I tend to think of myself as an agent to really try to help people and sort of, and I think that all agents kind of are like that. That sort of move on referrals, because one commission is one commission. That doesn't, put your kids through school or anything like that. It's just one commission, but the multiple commissions of how you treat people and how they come back to you, and how you sort of take care of all their needs, even if they don't know that they're needs that they have, that you take care of those. So I sort of pride myself in being one that can, it's I put out fires and a problem solver, and so and there's other, I'm not the only agent that's like that. I like to think that I'm really good at it, but I'm not the only agent that does that. But I think that one of the issues is like I recently had, and I'm saying had because it's not a client of mine right now anymore, but a client that I got really late, and it's again, this is sort of one of my regrets. I'm sort of going through one of the regrets that you sort of get, that was losing their family house. They were losing their family house to sheriff's sale. I had heard about them from a friend before, and a friend referred me to them later. And by the time I finally sort of got in touch with them, they finally called me. Um, Initially, I was like, "Oh, okay, I can work with this. I've done short sales, and we've done a whole bunch of other things to have people save their house, even if we don't sell it." Is it, often there's a few times that I've said, you know what, doesn't make sense for you to even sell it. Let me tell you how to keep that house, and then you guys rent it, and you'll figure it out, and you'll take care of me on the other side, because you realize that I wasn't just trying to sell a house. I was just trying to sort of make a friend or make somebody that is comfortable dealing with me. But anyway, um, this property, West Oak Lane, which is like Mount Airy, hot right now. That a lot of people are sort of wanting to be there. So anyway, this property, I went to go see it, and talking with them, I was like, yeah, we can probably do something. I can, call in some stuff, and probably we can work it out that we can do it. But then I had to come to find out, it was like, we went to see it on a Saturday, to find out, like, I was on, like, okay, gave them sort of the marching order of what to do. Okay, call a bank, um, call the Linebarger, the tax place in Philadelphia that usually handles a lot of the bank owns and the sheriff's sale and those sorts of things. Call them, and we get it started, and I'll sort of contact the mortgage company. I'll show them that you've got a listing agreement, so that they can sort of pause it and blah blah blah, all of that sort of realtor stuff. And but then I started get called Monday, like, oh, I don't know what to do. They're long story short, I saw them on a Saturday, and it was actually up for sheriff's sale on that Monday. And I felt really, really bad. It was like that Monday or that Tuesday that it was just so short a time. I couldn't really do anything, and I felt really bad. I was trying, and they were frustrated. She was frustrated. I have to admit, I was a little frustrated in a couple things, that I couldn't help how I wanted to help. That it was kind of late. So I kind of wanted to sort of do this as a regret, that it doesn't always, not necessarily anybody's specific fault, but work out. But I wanted to sort of, on the positive side of that, is to sort of, anybody that's in that situation as the new year is coming, especially in these areas that are being gentrified and that are really hot, Mount Airy, West Oak Lane, Germantown, Wayne, all of those ones. Don't just give your house up. That you got to be proactive. You got to be proactive, and sort of, you can't hide from it, and talk with them. Don't let people take your houses for taxes or any of those other things. You just really got to be proactive with it. But there's places that you can go to. One place that's really good, and I know that they've helped people because I've seen it, is NACA, on Delaware Avenue. I'll probably try to put some of the links, or people can email and ask me for links for some of these. Is that NACA is a corporation that helps, and they're basically a nonprofit organization. It was formed when the housing bubble, the housing crash, is that a couple banks got sued. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and a couple of them got sued. And part of that money that they got sued, the billions of dollars, went to these organizations. So not only do they write really, really, really cheap mortgages, is that they also help people through short sales, through all sorts of things, even keeping their home and that sort of thing, restructuring homes that are upside down, and the whole gamut. They really are supportive. And also some of the community development corporations, Mount Airy USA, West Oak Lane CDC. I know I'm speaking mainly in West Oak Lane and Mount Airy, in that area in Germantown, but because that's sort of, I'm connected to that area, even though I'm in, a whole bunch of the other areas. I'm connected in that area. That you gotta sort of reach out, and if it's an agent that you know and trust, you gotta reach out really, really early, so that there's time to do some things. A week isn't enough time. But the one good thing I will say is Pennsylvania is a right of redemption state, which means they may sell your house on sheriff's sale. However, if you come into some money, you have 1 year to get your house back. You have to pay the amount that is owed on it, and you may have to pay some other fees and expenses if the person that purchased your property. Sometimes, if they did some stuff, they may try to request and get that back. But within a year, you can actually get it back, and not a lot of people know that, but you can actually get it back. Doesn't happen very often because people are like, oh well, but I just wanted to sort of, I'll end this pretty shortly, but and I'll sort of take questions to people they have offline. They can email me, or call me, or whatever the case, text or whatever, blah blah. But this was one of those times that it's been nagging me for the past few days, and I wanted to kind of get it off of my chest and to think about it. That I was really sort of upset that I really couldn't help them, how I wanted to help them, just because we were so late in the game, and just hearing about their story was really, really bad. But these sorts of things happen, and so again, it's one of those things. A new year coming, don't procrastinate. Be proactive with speaking to an agent. If it's a house that's in the family, that nobody's doing anything with, and that nobody's paying the taxes or anything like that, be proactive with that, so that you can make sure that these houses are valuable, regardless if they're shells or whatever. They're valuable, and you need to keep them in the family. All right, well, I end it there. Any questions, you can call or email or text or whatever. All right. Happy New Year.